which is just huge in a dual meet.
And we are now to our match of the night. Konner Doucet and Dayton Pitzer here in the heavyweight division. A dominating performance in the team standpoint for Oklahoma State, but this is going to be a good one to round off the night here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, excited for this one. Two big boys.
Talk about Pitzer's progression, you know, from finishing up at Mount Pleasant to where he is now. Obviously, he's put on some weight, but you know, do you feel like he's acclimated well to heavyweight?
Look at this, right out the gate from Dayton. Yeah, you know, I think more than anything, Dayton's technical and wrestling ability has definitely improved, but I think his mental game has really jumped levels since high school, and he really wrestles really free out there and is always looking to score and just always seems to be in a good headspace, which I like.
Walked past Dayton Pitzer a few times coming up here to do games or whatever, and the last thing I thought was, man, this guy could get a little bit bigger, but that's exactly what he's done in the offseason, putting on 15 pounds. We were talking to Coach Gavin about that earlier in the week, and it just, the fact that he was a freshman last year and he already was, it seemed like he was so polished already, just in his first year at Pitt, and it really seems like the sky's the limit for him. Yeah,
it just speaks volumes about Dayton as a wrestler, and, you know, like you said, last year, being maybe a little undersized, he still did what he did, and it still had a really impressive redshirt campaign. But I think the only thing that was maybe holding him back was being undersized. So I think just a little bit of weight on him. It's sitting good, he's moving good, and now when he wrestles these big guys like Doucet, it's not that much of a factor.
Dayton Pitzer, the 9th-ranked wrestler. Konner Doucet, the 11th. Doucet coming into this one having won 3 consecutive matches and has 4 ranked victories already on the season.
Yeah, Doucet, a guy who's over these past couple of dual meets had some close matches, but he always finds a way to win. He's pretty agile for a heavyweight. So look to him to kind of slow this match down from Dayton, maybe avoid top wrestling at Dayton, because I know that's a big thing for him. If he can get on top of these guys and out-scramble them, he can usually come away with a win. If not, wear them out pretty bad.
Doucet's only got 2 losses on the year. One was due to an injury. The other was a 4-3 defeat against the then number 16 Nathan Taylor of Lehigh. So really thin margin of almost being undefeated so far this season for Doucet. You can see both of these guys matching up in the NCAA tournament potentially at some point.
Yeah, and just like a lot of these matches tonight, you definitely wouldn't be surprised if you see these down the line in the NCAA tournament. So I think that's one thing good about, you know, having a historic team like Oklahoma State on Pitt's schedule is, you know, seeing these ranked matchups, seeing these top guys in a match, and similar to Oklahoma State, you know, dueling a tough Pitt team and looking great, and then obviously head into another dual meet, I think tomorrow or Sunday. So it's just great competition for both teams and very exciting matches.
20 seconds left in this opening period. What makes Pitzer so tough?
Just his ability to wrestle kind of like a lightweight. He's big and he's strong, but his scrambling on neutral and top, it's really unmatched, and I think it's one of the best scrambling in the heavyweight right now. It's truly something impressive for a big guy to kind of move around and funk like that.
See Pitzer at 8-2 on the season. 3-time Pennsylvania state champion. And a guy who's already wrestled a lot of the top guys in the country. Someone who you wrestled in your career, Nino, Younger Bastida from Iowa State. Feels like yesterday you were punching the side of your head after you beat him here.
Yeah, it seemed like, I know, it doesn't seem too long ago. I gave myself a nice migraine after that.
That's why your glasses broke, probably.
That's probably why, yeah. I'm too rough on my head, man. But it's, you know, yeah, it was a great match, and Younger, you know, bumping up the heavyweight. He's great on his feet. He's able to come away with that one, but
man, he's another guy who's just going to contend for a national title every year.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So it looks like a locking hands call from Dayton, because he was on top and no control has been established yet.
So the penalty point and the reversal. It's almost like if you're going to lock hands, you might as well hold on tight and don't give up that reversal.
Yeah, that was a tricky spot, and pretty big for Doucet. Is one of Dayton's main areas is top wrestling. So that's a big win for him, and Dayton's going to have to get this escape here.
Pitzer trying to pick up the point with 1:10 to go in this second period. with Doucet still on the offensive.
Well, this was something last year that they struggled a little bit with, being undersized, getting these big guys on top of you. It's hard to get out and hard to move, but they run back to the center. He's got great conditioning, so it's definitely not a factor.
Keith had mentioned before that Dayton struggles a little with some of these agile guys. Is that something he's trying to work through a little bit?
Yeah, I think one of Dayton's thing, like you said, is wrestling guys similar to himself. Dayton's pretty agile and not maybe your typical heavyweight that you might think of. When he wrestles those big guys, like I said, he can out-scramble them and usually push the pace on them to win those matches. But when he wrestles guys like Doucet and some of these other top guys who are agile like him, it can be very tricky. Big hard ride from Doucet here. He's kind of wearing on Dayton a little bit, but racking up that riding time, which is huge.
Riding time of 20 seconds in favor of Doucet.
So Dayton would need this point here. Be a big point if he can get it here. That was a close call.
So Pitzer gets the escape point. John Smith and staff very much not happy about it.
I think because they're saying his foot is hit on the gym floor before he turned.
It was certainly close. They were near the edge of that mat for a minute there. And they're going to correct it.
Wow.
So Pitzer gets the point knocked off the board. 19 seconds left in period 2, and Doucet still leads 3-0.
It was very close. I can see arguments for both ways. The only reason I thought might be an escape is Doucet kind of let Dayton go for a second, but I think he might have been too far out of bounds. But Dayton's able to get his, maybe not.
Time winds down here in the second period.
What do you choose if you're Dayton? Neutral?
And here's that point that got taken back. See if he touched that court like you were saying. It looks like he did.
Yeah, I think slowing it down like that is a good call. They're out of bounds pretty far.
I like the call going neutral here. Struggled a bit to get out from underneath. Would have given up a ride time point potentially. Now you get on your feet, you get that takedown.
Yeah, good call. I mean, Dayton's going to need a takedown regardless. So I think this just gives him a little more time, gets him out from underneath a heavy Doucet. But he's going to have to pick up the pace here and get to his offense. Dayton's fortunate in these scenarios because takedowns like that are huge, and he is difficult on top. So a takedown is almost always worth a full 3 points with no escapes. But Doucet just wearing on that head. He's been very stingy this year, knows how to win these big matches. So this will be a good finish at this last minute here.
Pitzer taking some more risks in the last of the third.
Like we've been saying, these Oklahoma State guys look very conditioned. They even in this third, they always seem to have an extra mode to secure these wins. So.
I mean, playing defense against a guy like Pitzer is a tall task, especially in the third.
Yep. Here's where Dayton wants to be. These long, drawn-out scrambles. He's going to want to get his head up.
Ride time 51 seconds in favor of Doucet.
And watch that neutral danger call here. But Doucet with some funkin' of his own.
Could try to go up high. Looked like he could have gone up high towards the head, but
He might want to hop over to the side, put some weight on his foot, knee over toe, but I don't think he can get around Doucet here.
he's got to try to find a way to finish because he won't have time.
His left leg needs to go over by his right foot if he wants to get anything, but looks like Doucet's going to hold on here for a big win for Konner Doucet.
So Doucet holds on in the heavyweight division, a 3-0 victory by decision. And Konner Doucet effectively rounding out an incredible night for these Oklahoma State Cowboys, who come on the road and get the victory against the Panthers at 31-6.
Yeah, great match overall for Oklahoma State. They came in